Okay, in this cartoon, this is a very old cartoon, and what we see here is the world with three men around it. Okay, and so we see that one of them looks like, if we look at their hat, the one to the right, if we look at their hat, it looks like a Russian hat. Okay, and if you look at the bag, it's been labeled Russian grab bag. If you look to the left, you see a man wearing a helmet with a spike at the top at the helmet, and that's indicative of the German military. And then the man that's in front of us, that we have the back, that he has his back to us, we see the top hat, we see a long coat, we see a walking cane. And so all of those things are identified or representing a British man. Okay. Now, if you look at what they're holding, they're all holding a grab bag. And if you look at the British, you see that he's got a very big bag, a very big grab bag, but he's also holding it behind him. So it's almost as if he is um, hiding it from the other two. And this could symbolize that the British, when they colonized different countries, they took very many. For example, Australia, Canada, the United States, Hong Kong. Okay, and so they were able to do this. They were able to colonize all of these places because at the time they had a very strong navy. Okay. Um, and you see that all the three men representing the three countries are taking parts of the world and making it their own. Okay. Okay. Um, so once you've identified, oh, sorry. So what we look for, sorry, is in a cartoon is we look for symbolism. So, are there any symbols being used? Okay. So, for example, in the previous cartoon, the German helmet, right, representing um, the German right? Or Germany, sorry. A grab bag, right? Representing that you are taking something for yourself. Okay. Um, okay. Sometimes it is a symbol of the scale. Sometimes you'll see a scale, and that might be a symbol of justice or injustice. Okay. The United States often is symbolized by um, Uncle Sam or the Statue of Liberty or the American flag. Okay. Canada is usually symbolized by the maple leaf, by a Mountie, by the beaver. So anything that's stereotypical of that country. Okay. Exaggeration. So what elements in the cartoon are being exaggerated and why? Okay, why is it being made bigger? What do they want to convey? What do they want you to pay attention to? Okay, is it labeled? Are the labels telling you so that it helps you with the representation? Okay, so for example, with the donkey, it could be representing something else, but the label will tell you what that donkey is supposed to be representing. Okay, analogy. Okay. Um, is one thing is being compared to something else. So it's a comparison between two things. So, for example, a heart is like a pump. And so they might use a heart to symbolize or to represent a machinery, a piece of something that's inanimate. Okay. And the last one is irony. Okay, and irony is like sarcasm. Okay, so it typically shows you something, it's making fun, but it's telling you or showing you something completely different. So, for example, situational irony could be seeing a fire hall in flames being burned. So you wouldn't expect a fire hall because it's full of firefighters to be burning, or a lifeguard that's drowning, right? So two things that are opposite that you don't typically see um, together, okay? And typically this is uh, to make fun, not to make you laugh, but to make fun and to bring light to a problem or something that the author wants you to pay attention to, okay? So the hardest thing to figure out with the political cartoon is, what is the message? What is the message behind the cartoon? Okay. Um, so once you've identified the persuasive techniques, right? What's the issue behind the political cartoon, right? What is the opinion that the cartoonist has? Okay. What other opinion can you imagine another person having on this issue, on the issue that's being represented? So typically, cartoons are very biased. Okay. They only show you one side um, of an opinion, okay? And um, and the opinion typically it may not be based on any fact, but they are trying to portray, or they're trying to give you their opinion, okay? So in the first cartoon that we saw, um, we can look at what's the opinion of the author, of the artist, right? And it could be that they believe that corporations are killing the world, that we need to be careful, that we need to keep an eye, right? Because the world is not going to exist forever. We can't just destroy it, okay? And the last thing is what that you'll be asked to do is to compare um, two different cartoons or two different sources. Okay, so to do that, you'll be looking for, well, what's the thread, right, between these? What's the main focus in all of these cartoons? Um, okay, what's similar? What's different? What's the relationship between? What's the message being conveyed? Is that a similar message in all of the cartoons? Okay. So I have posted an assignment with 5 political cartoons, and I'm asking you to choose one to analyze, and I've given you questions to look for. And so this is just for completion. All you need to do is create a Google Doc and answer the questions. Please tell me which cartoon you are referring to so that so I'm able to know what you are talking about. And then submit it into the Dropbox that I will be setting up for you for this week's assignment. Okay, I will be hosting a tutorial tomorrow. If you are interested, tomorrow being Tuesday, if you have any questions that I can answer. Okay, bye.